Hello and welcome to the Spiritual View. I'm Jennifer Halliburton with the Awakened Jenn Tarot, and I'm one of the hosts of the Spiritual View, and today is Twin Flame Tuesday. All right, so before we get started, I want us to go ahead and take 3 deep breaths together and do the invocation call on the Spirit team. So if you'll close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths with me. All right, breathe in. That's 1. Breathe in. That's 2. Breathe in. That's 3. I now call in my angels, archangels, ascended masters, my higher self and guardian angels to please enter this present space and time. I call upon Archangel Michael to place a bubble of protection around us. Only beings of the highest vibration of pure love and light may enter in. So be it. All right. So I do want to go over some housekeeping things with us. So if you are new to this channel, welcome. If not, welcome back. We appreciate every single one of you. We have a whole lot going on this channel. So we have 7 readers here on this channel, and there are 7 days of the week. So we each picked a different day of the week to bring you a video so that you can have a video message every single day of the week. My days are Tuesdays, and I alternate between Twin Flame Tuesday and Angel Messages. We also do live card pulls. So on Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern and Fridays now at 6 p.m. Eastern. It was at 5 p.m., but we've changed it to 6 p.m. Eastern. We are getting together. That's where we get together, the group, and we have a time of chat between us, and then we pull cards for viewers on those episodes. And then we have a monthly collab episode that we do, and it's on the 3rd Friday of every month. And so this month it's going to be September 20th, and we're going to be talking about the eclipse. And so on those, we actually do a private reading giveaway. So if you tune in and you are a subscriber and you like and comment on that episode, you will get entered to win a free reading with one of the readers here on the Spiritual View. All right, so let's go ahead and get back to what we were here for. All right, so it is Twin Flame Tuesday, and the last time I did a Twin Flame Tuesday, I broke it down into 3 different readings. One was for the people who were in complete no contact. The second was for people who were still in separation, but they had some level of communication. And then the third was for those that are in union, not necessarily harmonious union, but they are in union in some way. So I like the way that setup went, because I do think that kind of covers the different varieties that we are all experiencing, because we are on different levels of this journey. And so I'm going to do that again for us today in that same way. And we're going to be using the Romance Angel Oracle. So I'll get just an overall energy of each connection with the Romance Angel Oracle. And then we're going to use the Light Seers. We're going to use the Mermaid Tarot to pull the spread from. And then we'll close it out with the Art of Manifestation Oracle for each of the readings. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get set up for the first reading, and I'm going to bring in my second camera onto the screen. All right. That out of the way. All right. So let's go ahead and start pulling some cards. So the first group is going to be for those that are in complete no contact. So you have not been able to communicate or see your twin in quite some time. No contact. All right, so only messages for our highest good, and anything that we need to hear will come out in this reading today. That is my intention. All right, so what is the energy for those that are in complete no contact right now? Oh, well, I had a card just pop right out, and it was the separation card. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So we are still in this time of separation. Let's see if I can get this to show up. better here. We are in this time of separation still. All right, well, let's go ahead and start pulling from the tarot and see what is going on in this situation. In which, if you have not, I did give the advice in Friday's live to watch the Soulful Revolution twin flame reading that she did last week. It was just so powerful, and it connected with the energies that I've been feeling in a lot of the readings that I've been doing for the personal readings. There just seems to be that a lot of the feminines have leveled up while the masculines are still not really quite doing their work. And so what I'm getting in a lot of my readings is that the feminines are getting a twin flame facilitator coming in. And the twin flame facilitator is different than a karmic because it's about your vibration. It's about where you're at vibrationally as to what type of other counterpart you could be attracting. And so when you're still in that unhealed state and you're not with your true twin, honestly, even when you are with your true twin, okay, when you're in that unhealed state, anybody that shows up in your connection is going to end up being a karmic connection for you. There's going to be lessons that are going to still need to be worked out because all relationships are teaching experiences for us. They're all bringing up these internal triggers and woundings that we aren't even consciously aware of. And so when you've healed, and most of the feminines, especially the ones that follow our channel, they have gotten to that higher vibration. And so they're maintaining that higher vibration. And so you will attract in someone that's at that equal alignment. And so that's the twin flame facilitator. So that is another counterpart. It's not necessarily your counterpart, but it's equal to where you're at. And so you don't have to be learning the lessons anymore because you've learned the lessons. So this person is to help you continue to move on forward on your own mission. All right, so let's get back to pulling the cards, though. Okay. So let's see what's going on with this connection that is in complete no contact. All right. So what's going on is the Four of Cups. Put that right here. We've got the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is, it's one about being too picky about what it is that you're actually even wanting. So you've gotten all of these things presented to you, but no, it has to be this one specific thing. It has to come in this one specific way or I don't want it at all. It's about being too picky. It's about, okay, another way to look at it is, when we say releasing the outcome, this is not releasing the outcome. This is absolutely holding tight. It has to be this specific outcome or I do not want it. So that can be a very bratty behavior because that's one of the energies that I'm feeling coming out from this card. It's just this kind of like this bratty behavior of just no, if it's not this, I don't want it at all. I'm not willing to look at anything else. It has to be this or else. And so the why of this is the Three of Wands. So that is about our expectations. So we've been waiting and waiting and waiting on this one specific thing, and we know it's coming. We can feel it in our gut. And I mean, when you are a true twin on the twin flame mission, you do understand enough about how this mission works that you know that if you continue to do the work, then the expectation is that it does come together. But see, you're not meant to be living just in that just waiting period. You're meant to be present, living your life fully in every single moment. And so when these opportunities are coming in of these facilitators that I've been talking about, and you're completely avoidant of it, this could be the next thing that's supposed to be literally on your path to keep you moving ahead and moving forward. But because you're blocking it off because it has to look in this one specific way, you're sitting here manifesting, I want my divine counterpart. I want my divine counterpart. I want my divine counterpart. And your counterpart isn't coming in because your counterpart has their own free will to choose not to do the work. And so you're sitting here doing your work and you're saying, I want my counterpart. And the universe is throwing you counterparts right in front of you. And you're like, nope, It has to be this. It has to be this one, or I don't want it at all. And so that's how we've gotten to where we're at. That's why we're stuck. So what can we do about this? We have the devil. So, and I love this devil card because it's really talking about what you really have to do. You've got to break yourself free from this prison. And I mean, this is a prison that you really have put yourself in. So you're choosing to stay stuck because you're choosing to keep it focused on it has to look this one specific way. You're holding on to the outcome. It's not releasing the outcome. You have it put, just your intentions are, I want my divine counterpart. I want a divine counterpart. It's really kind of the way that should be worded, because when we say my, that's where we're getting that's where we're closing ourselves off. So I want a divine counterpart so that you can continue to move forward. Okay, so bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming is the Seven of Wands. So that is about needing good boundaries. It's about having to defend your beliefs. All right, and your best move forward. We have the Four of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Four of Wands. So the Four of Pentacles is this scarcity mindset. It is lack mentality. It's just in this situation. Okay, it's funny that this keeps coming out because I just learned about the scarcity mindset. I watched something that really impacted me this week about scarcity mindset. So it's interesting that this kind of keeps coming out and stuff. A symptom of scarcity mindset is when you have too much stuff, when you continue to hold on to too much stuff in your environment. So like really one way to really see it is if you're holding on to old clothes, like you've had them for decades, just in case you ever are that size again. And like the biggest reason why you would be holding on to those clothes is because there's some sort of fear that if you got to that place where you would need that size again, because you don't need it right now, but if you got to that place where you need it again, that you wouldn't have the resources, that it wouldn't be available to you then. And so there's just some sort of distrust that the universe is really going to work out for you and to give you what you need when you need it. And so like that's the first level here of your best move forward is addressing your scarcity mindset. And, you know, the one part too that I was getting from that is you've got to make space. You've got to make space for the things because you're sitting here. One, you've got your life so full because in this card, you really are hoarding everything in. And that hoarding is blocking the way for anything else to be able to get to you. So you've got to start clearing the space, and clearing things out is physical, but it's also the mental and the emotional space too. And just letting there be some openness to how this can even show up for you. We have the Emperor and the Four of Wands, which are both twin flame cards for me. And so I get, again, you're setting your intention. I want my divine counterpart. I want my divine masculine to come in. And this is the divine masculine energy. I want my divine counterpart to come in. But we're releasing the need for it to be a certain person, to look a certain way. Like it's got to be the energy of this Emperor, and it's got to have this type of Four of Wands commitment. It's got to have this type of celebration. It's got to be this type of connection, or I don't want it at all. So we're going to get less focused on it has to be this specific package and it has to look in this specific way. We're going to be more open to letting it come in to however the universe is trying to bring it to us, because it is trying to come in, but it's not coming in the form that we think that it's supposed to be coming in. Okay, so I'm going to close this out with the Art of Manifestation Oracle. So what can you do to help bring your manifestations in at this time? We have gossip and drama. Talking behind people's backs is one of the greatest producers of negative energy, with the potential to affect not only individuals, but entire communities. Make a choice not to involve yourself in this. This card also asks that if you are unable to find anything positive to say, then please consider saying nothing. And gossip and drama. I think my biggest connection is manage how you're speaking about things. Manage how you're speaking about how just this whole situation. Just manage how you're speaking about it. Because some of the ways that you're speaking is what you're actually calling into your reality. So just really manage the way that you're even looking at it and speaking about it. So you're just living in your highest version, your highest reality, your highest vibration that you can be in at this moment. I mean, in every given time, like, so you've got the highest level at every single moment. So it may not be the highest level ever, but you have to try to hit, where's the high of this moment that I'm in right now? And you take the joy and pleasure out of that. And just every high moment, like just take on every high moment. And I feel like that this is the thing that, like, each one of these is leading us higher to this path. And I mean, at one point you're just going to realize, I really do have the life that I was wanting. It may not have looked the way I thought it was going to look, or it may not have showed up. It may not have even came in the way that I thought that it was going to happen. It was more of a slow build, but I'm here. Look, I'm looking around and I'm literally here now. And it just wasn't like the vision, the original vision that we had in our head, because we couldn't see it. We couldn't see the full detail yet. All right, so I'm going to close out group 1 there, and we're going to go ahead and start with group 2, which is those that are in separation, but you have some level of contact. All right, so group 2, you are the ones who you are still in separation, but you have some level of contact with your counterpart. And so we're going to be using the Romance Angel Oracle, the Mermaid Tarot, and the Art of Manifestation Oracle. So we're going to start with the Romance Angel Oracle. So we're just going to get some overall energy for this connection. What is the overall energy for the connection of those that have some level of contact? Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So there may be some reconnection coming soon for this group. So that's good. There may be a heart-to-heart coming in very soon for this group. All right, so show me the situation. What is the current situation for this group? We have the Ace of Pentacles. That is a new opportunity coming in. All right, so the Pentacles is actually about the 3D too. So this is an actual 3D opportunity. Okay, so why is this happening? The Eight of Cups. So somebody has taken off on their path. They've walked away from something or someone, and they've gotten on the path, and they're coming straight to the thing that, you know, is their path, is the thing that lights them up. Okay, what is the advice at this time? We have the Eight of Wands. That's about the communication. So we do have a lot of communication coming in, and it's coming in fast. So give me some information about this, the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Swords, the Five of Wands, and Death. So this is something that it's caused a lot of stress in the past. And right now, it's trying to get into alignment. It's trying to get everybody onto the same page. And there is complete change and transformation coming. So, I mean, I feel like that there is some positive hope for this second group here about what this conversation is even going to be about. All right, so what is your best move forward at this time? We have the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Wands, So funny. Those come out together a lot. And the Four of Cups. All right. So the Knight of Wands is about going forward after just those things that, just they light up your soul. There's not really a purpose other than it just makes you feel good. You're very passionate about this. You're driven. You're moving forward. Like it's almost a reckless, like I'm going towards it no matter what. And the Nine of Wands it's coming to the end of a very long, hard, difficult road. And it with the Four of Cups, to me, this is something that you'd almost given up hope on. Like that, it's just, okay, well, this is as good as it gets. And just right outside of your awareness, we have, the offer is coming in. It's just right here is where we're at. We're still sitting here. It hasn't gotten to us yet. And so I feel like it is coming in very quickly again. So what does this situation look like in 1 week? We have the Knight of Cups. There's the offer. Oh my goodness. We have the Eight of Swords, breaking free from self-imposed prisons, and the Ace of Cups. Now, I will say there may be some deception here that you need to be aware of. You may not see things very clearly. This may come in and the whole love part of it blinds you, and you may think it's one thing, and you may tell yourself it's one thing, and it's actually something else. So I'm giving a little bit of caution not to get completely swept away, because I do feel like this comes in very quickly. I mean, we've got it within 1 week, and it's going to just kind of sweep you off your feet. And so just be careful. This right here is definitely a warning for you to just pay attention. There is changes. There is this conversation coming, but there's something about that. All right. So what I'm going to go ahead and pull with the Art of Manifestation. So what can you do to help bring your manifestations in? We have don't wobble. Are you having a wobble? Whether a minor one or a major one, this is completely understandable. You are facing tough choices, but deep inside yourself, you know what you need to do. This card is here to validate your deeper knowing and the decisions that you are making. As you move forward, your anxiety will ease and you will find your balance. And so I really am feeling the don't wobble on this one. So just really be paying attention, because I feel like that you've probably made some pretty good progress on your own. And so when this person comes in, it could be very easy to get back into old habits and old patterns. And so you've made too much positive progress to start going back. So make sure that you're not wobbling. That's the wobble that I'm feeling. It's just make sure that you are seeing things clearly. All right, so I'm going to close this one out, and then we're going to move forward with the third reading, which is for those that are in union. Okay, so group 3, you are those that are in union, and so it's not necessarily harmonious union, but you guys are together. So let's see what's going on with you guys. We're going to be using the Romance Angel Oracle to get the overall energy of the connection. We're going to use the Mermaid Tarot to pull the spread, and then we close it out with the Art of Manifestation Oracle. All right, so let's start with the Romance Angel Oracle, and let's get some energy of this connection. What's the overall energy of the connection for those that are in union? We have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Ooh, okay, so again, just because you're in union doesn't mean that there's not trouble in paradise. So be sure that you're paying attention to the red flags. I feel like that there's probably a ton of triggering that is happening for those that are in union. I mean, that's just common for these connections, and it's to be expected for these connections. That's what they're there for. So the next time you're having to level up and grow to that next level, just expect that you're in your twin flame connection. It's going to be just a little bit, rocky again, because they're showing you these are the areas that are holding you back from being able to level up again. And so it's just that constant, and that's the way you're supposed to be using these connections and these energies, is to kind of look at yourself, see the patterns that it's showing you about yourself, so that you know how to heal those things about yourself. So these red flags, are not even just red flags for that other person. They're red flags for yourself to start looking at. So, I mean, it's a different way of really looking at it. And it's about pulling the emotions out of it, pulling the judgment out of it, and really inspecting and reflecting on the information, taking it as information. Okay, so what is the situation going on right now? What are these flags? Oh, wow. Okay. So we have the Three of Swords. So there is some sort of heartbreak. So I feel like that there is some sort of betrayal that has happened. It's not the biggest level betrayal, but it doesn't feel good. So the Three of Swords is something that can still be mended, but it does hurt. This is a heartbreak. You broke my heart, but I'm not necessarily done, but I'm hurt. Why are we so hurt? So we have the Emperor. Okay. So it's definitely the divine masculine. And just without pulling the next card yet, and we can pull some clarification after I get everything out. The Emperor without being balanced with the feminine. And so again, just because you're in union doesn't mean you're in harmonious union. And that is something to really, pay attention to the difference of. Because you can still be, even with your true twin, who is an unhealthy masculine. And that's what I feel of this energy. So unhealthy masculine energy is very controlling. It's very manipulative and very forceful and, narcissistic. And so it's just, this is a very powerful person. But depending on where their vibration is how they're using the power. Okay. So what is the advice? We have the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is the high-level soulmate connection. Let me read this card. And I mean, I think it's about remembering the connection. To stay focused, to bring back the connection, reconnection. Okay. Romantic partners, soulmates, friendships, connected hearts, passion, kindred spirits, joyful connection and cooperation, union, sometimes marriage, duality, love, consciousness. When you share your joy with those around you, you will attract deep and meaningful ties with others. This card whispers of romance and love, bliss and attraction, and the unity of the like-hearted. Sometimes it signifies the beginning of a new friendship or a business partnership, while at other times it marks the profound romantic union, this perfect pairing of a matched soul that has the potential to develop into the magical and intoxicating entanglement of twin flames, or the merging of paths that will forever be united or changed as a result. If you are single, look for the arrival of a profoundly passionate and devoted lover. Are you putting enough energy into your relationships? How you see yourself as one half of a committed pair will deepen and shift as the effervescent magic of the Two of Cups bubbles into your life. This sacred reflection will intermingle spirit, emotion, love, harmony, and balance. I thrive in partnerships and my heart leaps with joy when I connect. And so I do feel like it's just, there's a reconnection that needs to happen that, and just over whatever. And I mean, let me just look at that right now. What is the heartbreak? We have Temperance, the Seven of Swords. Okay. And the Nine of Cups. Okay. So this is about a secret. The Seven of Swords is about a secret, but this is about a gift. And okay, I'm going to just tell you what I'm getting. I'm getting that the masculine is taking too long to move to the next level, of commitment. And like what I'm really getting right here is like there's the secret here, the secret gift here, and it's the Patience card here of Temperance. Is the gift being like the engagement ring. That's what I'm like, literally that's the message that I'm getting, is that the heartbreak is over not moving to the next level fast enough. And there's just some reconnection that needs to happen. What is the best move forward at this time? We have the Seven of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Magician. So the Seven of Cups is about realizing how many options you have. Also, it's also about realizing there's not one perfect path. And so I think that once you get into union, you may think, oh, hey, this is where it's supposed to be perfect, right? We're not supposed to be having all of these obstacles and the confusion anymore. But like I said, with the true twin flame connections, you're going to always have that kind of stuff happening, even when you're in union. So every time you're ready to go to that next level up, you're going to be experiencing the same, triggering. And when you were lower level vibration, you didn't understand because you weren't aware yet of like what all the twin flame mission entailed. And so when those things would happen to you at this level, it would impact you in a much different way. I mean, just your emotions would get very much activated. But see, as you've gone through this to the point that you're in union now, you've had enough experience to know how these things work. And so it shouldn't be impacting you on the same level. I mean, you shouldn't have the expectation that just because you got into union with your twin flame that you shouldn't have any issues, that it should be smooth sailing from there, because it's definitely not going to be. Because with the twin flames, like, that is a difficult path. That is a very difficult path. It is about healing. It's about growth. It's about expansion. And nobody does that when they are in a comfortable place. And so it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be pushing you. And that's just got to be your expectation, is that just because there are hard times does not mean that it's the wrong path. Okay. And the Ace of Wands is to just get re-inspired. Again, I'm feeling just a level of reconnection that's needing to happen here. And then with the Magician, that is about remembering where your power is, remembering how you manifest, because you got yourself here. You got yourself here. It's about aligning to the vibration of the life that you're trying to get to. So you want a specific type of life. You've got to become the person that has that life so that that life can align with you. Okay. What does your situation look like in 1 week? We have the Four of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. So the Four of Wands, there is, to me, there is that re-coming together, the recommitment here to each other. And it's coming from this clear communication so that we can break ourselves free from these self-imposed prisons, from telling ourselves certain stories about the way things are happening, how things are supposed to look. And I mean, this is one of the biggest hangups that we get into in relationships, is the stories that we are telling ourselves about what that other person is even doing, what their intentions are, why these certain things happen. We can tell ourselves certain stories and it can be so far off to what the actual truth is. But because we think that's the truth, we are making our decisions based off of that being the reality when it may not even be the reality at all. And so that may be one of the things that's bringing in this extra confusion. It's because we're not seeing things clearly. But we're going to have this communication coming in. When we have this reconnection, we're going to have the communication coming in, and it's going to help to clear things up. All right, so I'm going to close us out with the Art of Manifestation Oracle. So what can you do to help bring your manifestations in? We have take a risk. Step out of your comfort zone. Feeling safe and secure is a wonderful experience, but if we remain in our safe zone for fear of change, we create a limiting or restrictive environment that can ultimately lead to stagnation and the loss of our creative potential to manifest our greatest contribution in the world. Let go of fear and take a risk. And so I do think that that's one of the things that is probably happening for you right now, is that you have hit some bumpy times. And so again, I didn't even feel like that whatever this heartbreak was like a hugely significant thing, but it feels significant because I feel like the expectation was, but we're in union. We shouldn't be dealing with this anymore. This should be easier. This should look like this. There's something here that you're telling yourself, some story about the way this is supposed to be working, the way it's supposed to be looking, and it's not matching up with what you think that it's supposed to be looking like. And so it feels wrong. It's uncomfortable because it's different and you can't tell where it's going because you're sitting here. Okay, I've been through these things before. And when this happened, this is what happened. When this happened, this is what happened. And so you're kind of waiting for your expectation, and you don't have an expectation yet because you're doing something so different than you've ever done before, than anything that is, it's in the type of relationship that this even is. You've not been in this type of connection before. And so the whole experience is nothing that you can relate it to and start telling yourself stories about. But you've got to tell yourself new stories because it's not even anything that you could have the experience of to pull from. All right. So I'm going to close it out there. Hopefully you have found value in this. And all right, let me just get my screen back here. Pull this one off. Okay, so hopefully you have found value in this. It was 3 very different messages, but again, we're all on different phases in the connection. And so like you could come back again next month, watch this same reading and reconnect with one of the different ones because you're in a different phase of your twin flame journey. So I hope you have found value. And if you did, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to this channel. You can hit the bell for notifications and it will let you know every time we post a new video. We post videos every single day of the week. We have our lives on Mondays and Fridays. And then we have our monthly collab where you have the opportunity to win a free private reading with one of the readers of the Spiritual View. All right. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next time.